The Tears of the Kingdom trailer came out, and I have conspiracy theories. These things right here. I'm wondering if these are actually keys, and it's just like an evolution of the keys, or like a more progressed form of them. And they can definitely fly. And then later on, we see one carrying a Boko. See, look, it's now carrying a Boko. Crazy how that works. The Moblins are now, you know what if this, you know what, it's Metroid. These are actually Metroids. They're just actually Metroids. This is the biggest crossover. No one expected it. There's a big thing over here. A big, you know, kind of conical storm vortex thing. And that looks very similar to the storm in Skyward Sword that you end up having to go into. So I definitely think that this game is going to tie in very heavily with Skyward Sword, because there's a lot of things that just kind of look like Skyward Sword. But this big dude right here, this chunky dude, he looks very similar to the Skyward Sword Moblins. Like, the basic structure of him just reminds me a lot of what the Skyward Sword Moblins were. Exodus is almost, Redeads, question mark? Because that kind of looks like a Redead right here. We can still see that vortex over here. So this is, I believe this is on the southeastern side of Hyrule Castle, because this is the castle, right? And it's definitely higher than usual. It's kind of raised out of the ground. Well, I think that's just over the general area of Central Hyrule, actually. This clip, this scene, Molduga, also Molduga, another Molduga. Is the desert, like, they're moving. It's a lot of Molduga. They're all moving in one direction. So that leads me to believe that maybe the Molduga are migrating, or they're fleeing something. There's a mass Molduga exodus from the desert. What is happening in the desert? Does it have something to do with Ganon? Because Ganondorf has usually been of Gerudo descent. So is there something in the desert where the Gerudo are that is going to be a large part of the story? This looks like a large tunnel or cave somewhere. Cause these are roots right here, definitely. Like, those are probably roots from something, a higher elevation. So where is this? Is this underground? Like, is this... Because I don't think there's anywhere like this in Breath of the Wild that has, like, just kind of this dirt, earthy tunnel structure. Big city in the sky, right? I'm wondering if that is protected by the cyclone or something. And maybe we'll get the Uku, and this is actually, like, the city in the sky from Twilight Princess? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's Skyloft? It could be a lot of things, but it's definitely there. This, where is this? This, actually, this looks like it's taking place on one of the islands in the sky. At first, when I first saw this, I thought this was in the desert. This does not look like the desert. There's too many trees. This doesn't look like Sheikah architecture, though, at all. Got a corpse. No, as you do. Something's going on here. It's not looking healthy. So it looks like it's trying to reanimate. And that looks like Malice, right? So I assume that that is under the castle, right? And it's the cause of all this. And then the Malice takes over, because this is the exact same texture as is used on the Malice eyes. So I think that Ganon, or whoever this body belongs to, is being taken over by Malice. Oh, you can see a lot from here. This is Hyrule Castle, and that is definitely floating. Like, that looks like there was an explosion of Malice below the castle. Like, it looks like it's spreading out from here. There's something below the castle. This right here. So this is a luminous stone talus. But there's a ceiling, and these are most definitely stalactites, which indicates we are in a cave of some sort. So I don't know where that would be either. That's a lot of luminous stone, though. This looks like... almost like the Rod of Dominion or whatever it is. But then it throws this orb, and this color scheme right here reminds me a lot of Twilight Princess. just the greenish blue with black. Reminds me a lot of the Twilight color scheme. And it looks like there's a clock design almost on the bottom of it. But it just explodes. So that's going to be a fun toy. Okay, so we have someone here. My guess is this is either Zelda or the goddess Hylia. Potentially both. Because I'm pretty sure Skyward Sword, Zelda, I think Zelda, if I'm right, Zelda is the reincarnation of the goddess Hylia. So this might be joining that back. Oh, the Master Sword is infected with malice, that looks like.
Sweep over Hyrule.
This voice.
Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
That sounds like a more aggressive King Rome. I don't think that's Ganon. I think that is King Rome. I'm wondering, what if King Rome in Breath of the Wild never actually was King Rome? What if it was a manifestation or a puppet created by Ganon or the Malice to trick Link into defeating Calamity Ganon so that some form of a seal could be released? This, I believe, is below the castle and the source of Calamity Ganon and Malice right here. And I don't even think this is Ganondorf. I believe this is Demise. I think they're probably going to bring back Demise for this. I think it's going to be very interconnected with Skyward Sword. And this is actually just Demise. The Malice is just his pure hatred left over.
Please, lend him your power.
That line right there is what I want to talk about. Lend him your power. Whose power? Because Zelda is falling here. Link is going to save her. But Zelda might die. So I'm wondering if Zelda falls here, Link doesn't save her, and Zelda dies, and then gets reincarnated as the goddess Hylia. I'm wondering if that's what's happening here. I think Zelda dies at the beginning of the game, and you have to go and find her. But if this is Demise, where is Ganon? I think this ties into the Triforce, because Zelda is wisdom, right? Link is courage, and he's trying to save Zelda. But where is power? Because if this is Demise, that means it's not the Triforce of power. And Zelda is clearly asking someone to lend him their power. I believe that Zelda is asking Ganon to help Link. I think that this game might have something to do with you working with Ganon to stop the Malice. But yeah, that's my pointless ramblings about this. Thank you for watching, all that good stuff. Bye.